Good day, everyone. How are you? I hope you're having a fabulous, prosperous, rich, abundant, great, happy day, as well as a week. I'm Bernadette Boas, and each week we do a Powerhouse Maverick training. Actually, it's over on our Powerhouse Mavericks group within Facebook, and yet I'm streaming right now across Facebook as well as in LinkedIn and YouTube. So if you are a female coach, consultant, or service provider who is looking to collaborate and engage and support and inspire and lift up other female coaches, consultants, and service providers, we would love for you to join us. But I thought I would bring a sampling of our weekly coaching that is offered to the group, complimentary every Thursday at 1 o'clock. And today's subject is about being relentless. Now, I'd love your thoughts on what relentless means to you. Last Friday, I was sharing online a lot of technical difficulties I was having in the various projects I was doing all through Friday. And they happened to be whether or not they were live streaming on platforms or not. One of them was across the globe for a organization. And then others were when I would go live on the various platforms. And yet there was just technical difficulties that should not have been happening and yet were. And I had someone reach out to me in a private message or a DM and basically say, Bernadette, you are absolutely relentless. And I had not heard that term, whether it was regarding me or anything else, in quite a while. And I think it's because a lot of people, even the dictionary, would call relentless as being a negative, as being something about punishment, or it's about being harsh, or not avert, but very aggressive as opposed to assertive. And yet, when I hear it as more of a positive, as more as a uplifting comment or word, as more of a kick in the butt, which many of us, especially if you're an entrepreneur, we need kicking the butts a lot of times and a lot of days in order to just keep going. We have to be relentless. And I look at relentless as someone who's fierce, someone who's determined, who's persistent, who is laser focused on what it is that needs to get done. And regardless of anything that might come up and get in their way, they're going to push through it. They're going to go around it. They're going to go under it or over it. They're going to figure out what needs to get done. They're in constant motion and constant action because there's a goal, there's an objective, there's a big why out there that they're looking to achieve. And so I would prefer, whether you're entrepreneur or corporate professional, male or female, actually, I would prefer you looking at being relentless as kind of this avatar of someone who is just committed, has conviction, and whose feet are firmly in the ground of what it is that they're, trying to achieve and what it is that they're working on. And then, of course, those feet are moving constantly in action in order to get them closer to that end goal. And why would you want to be relentless? On a positive perspective. Well, I see it as the fact that you want to know that even in your worst of days, and we all have them, we all can wake up and we can all just have not had a good night's sleep or kind of been drained and dehydrated, or we just have so much on our mind that we are just kind of weighted down the moment that we kind of wake up and go out into the world. And that's going to have a significant impact on the actions that we take, the words we use, the behavior, and ultimately the result. So why wouldn't we want to be someone who, despite waking up in that type of mindset, we take a few minutes and we really ground ourselves in, okay, wait, I am kind of tired and groggy and angst, and I'm not really feeling full in energy and even desire to, kind of put my one foot in front of the other. And yet at the same time, I've got a lot to do. I have a lot to achieve. I have a lot of people to serve, and I have a lot of people to kind of prospect to serve. I'm speaking to you entrepreneurs out there. And therefore, being relentless, I find to be a beautiful thing, because when you're relentless and you're laser focused and you're pushing to kind of move yourself through challenging, difficult, angst times, you're kind of willing to do the hard work internally and externally in order to kind of overcome, shift your mindset and the actions that you're taking in order to have a productive day, a productive week, whatever the case might be. At the same time, it does really remind you and bring you back to why you're doing what you're doing. So I call it finding your why spot. So if you don't know what your why spot is, and that's that why of what it is that you're working your little tail off to achieve. The why is that emotional, deep seated. It's not, well, I want to make a lot of money. I want to get a lot of clients. I want to build a big business. No, that's not your why. That's your quantitative, measurable metric why. But your real why is deep down. It's more the, I want to create a legacy. I want to be happy and fulfilled and feel like I'm contributing and have a purpose. I want to be abundant. And what I always say, rich, and rich being anything but quantitative. But if it is, so be it. And so your why is just that thing. It's almost, it could be part and, kind of be significant to your vision, to your goals. So you could have it, displayed visually or in words or in a list of what your why is. And it could be displayed, as a vision board, as a mantra, as an affirmation, whatever the case might be. And you're always kind of referring to it to kind of keep yourself grounded, keep yourself, moving forward. So if, someone were to say to me, like they did on Friday, you're absolutely relentless. I would be like, which I did on Friday. Thank you. Thank you for recognizing that I am not going to give up. Because once I do, I'm giving up on myself. Forget about all the other people around me, that I could be giving up on, but I'd be giving up on myself. And, I consider myself valuable, and my dreams and my goals valuable, as should you. And therefore, yes, I am going to be absolutely relentless in going after what it is that I want. So what can you be doing for yourself to kind of gain that firm confidence, conviction, commitment, fierceness, boldness, power, courage, strength, all the things that I would throw in to being relentless? Well, simply, you could get really grounded. If you're not already, you can get really grounded on what are those goals and that vision you have for yourself and that big why you have those goals and you have that vision. Why do you want it so bad? Why is it going to, contribute in specific ways to the life that you have right now or the life that you're working toward? So get really clear and specific in regards to why you are, working your little tail off. And then after that, you definitely have to look at this and then make a commitment and have conviction. Conviction's another word that you don't hear that often. And yet I kind of relate it to relentless in that commitment's one thing to me. Commitment's one thing. And I'd love to know what it, might convey to you. But conviction, so commitment, is that, okay, I'm making a commitment that I am going to show up. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to push through all my fears and insecurities and doubts and negativities, in order to, accomplish what it is that I'm working on. And you make certain commitments to yourself and to those around you. Conviction is almost that level up of commitment where you are so convicted in your beliefs and your thoughts and your feelings and in your goals and your dreams and what it is you're working on and your why, to where it just is that extra acceleration, forward in kind of pursuing what it is you're doing. So commitment and conviction, have that. And if you have to make a commitment statement to yourself, which I often have my clients do, then do that. I, Bernadette Boas, am committed to XYZ. And I am committing to showing up, serving, leaving people and places better than I found them. That was a big thing my father kind of passed down to all of us. So you make commitments. So your goals, visions, and why, and then you make a commitment of which you're convicted. You have conviction toward, and then lastly, you just don't give up. You just don't give up, and I don't think talk enough about that. Yes, we hear a lot of triumph stories, overcoming stories. They just never gave up, but we don't really necessarily talk about what does that mean that someone doesn't ever give up. And it sounds like it would be logical, but then when someone considers it for themselves, a lot of fears and insecurities, getting uncomfortable, all of that starts coming up. And then it's almost like, yeah, no. I want to accomplish this. I want to do this. I want to have this. I want to, need this, but no, I'm not that committed, or I don't have that much of a conviction. And therefore I am, possibly not necessarily giving up, but I'm not all in either. Well, especially us entrepreneurs out there. And I'm speaking to a lot to the, female coaches, consultants, and service providers I work with, each and every day. We have to have that state of mind that we're never going to give up, because there are just really nasty, hard, painful, ungratifying days that we go through as an entrepreneur. Not to say that anyone else, such as a corporate professional or stay at home, doesn't have those type of days as well. But there's just this elevation of anxiety and concern and stress, but yet at the same time, pride and exhilaration and happiness and joy that comes out of, being an entrepreneur, being on your own. As my dad would tell me when I was talking to him about going out on my own, just keep in mind, you have to go out and you have to, kill in order to eat. You have to do the things that you don't want to do in order for you to build the business that you want. And it's very true. I mean, if we get up and decide to give in to whatever it is that's going on in between our two ears, then we're giving up the opportunity to serve. We're giving up the opportunity to do the work that we're meant to do, to live our purpose. But at the same time, we're, very pragmatically, we're giving up our livelihood. We're giving up the possibility and the opportunity to earn a living. And therefore, being relentless, it just has to be part of our nature. It just has to be. And we need to look at it on the positive side. Even in the definition of relentless, you'll find the term fierce as part of the negative version of relentless. And I'm like, I don't know about you, but I'm never going to take being called fierce as a negative. And so I move that into the category along with persistent, determined, committed, with conviction. You can also throw in, because it provides such clarity and focus and energy and confidence. There's determination. There's so much in that word that if that one word is something that you then focus on, so you can keep moving and doing what you need to do and achieving what it is that you want, and even more so, then all the power to you and me. And you can call me Relentless any day of the week. So I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments, agree, disagree, throw in what your interpretation of relentless is, maybe even an example of how you've been relentless in your own life. I would, probably sum up my life. And I think many of those that know me, especially family members and friends, would say kind of my life is one big relentless adventure, relentless journey. I just, no matter what, knock me down, I'm getting up. I may not be happy on the way up, but I'm getting up, and I hope the same for you as well. So if you are watching this on YouTube or LinkedIn and are not part of our Powerhouse Mavericks community over in Facebook in our private group, it's complimentary of Ball of Fire coaching. And we provide a great amount of daily opportunities to engage and collaborate and share and even tell us what you do, introduce yourself. So, then the other members of the community can also jump in and support you, do business with you, engage with you, refer you. At the same time, get a lot of coaching and free training throughout the week, and opportunities to even showcase your own business, yourself, and your clients. Because as a podcast and TV host, I actually host my own Biz Snap Show, which is a 15-minute interview about you, your business, the clients you serve, and the impact you have on them in the world in order for you to thrive today, tomorrow, and in the future. So if you're interested in any of that, then just reach out to me in a private DM. You can email me at BernadetteBoas@ballofireinc.com. Or you can come over to our Powerhouse Mavericks Facebook group and join in with us. And for everybody, especially those in the Powerhouse Mavericks group, I will see you very shortly in our group and online. And everybody have a blessed and beautiful day. Take care. Bye.